Hello, welcome to Storytime with Christina, me. We open the book today and read chapter 6. I didn't check. I think it's chapter 6. And today is about an example of the intelligence of our nervous system, of our mind, of our body, to utilize the tools that we have consciously created. So it began one stormy day in Santa Monica, in the land of the Santas and the Monicas, and we were on I was on the green, and it was like kind of a cloudy, misty day. It was kind of cold, but I was just kind of doing my weird moves on the grass, whatever I felt like doing. And this guy comes up to me and starts a conversation, starts asking me about what I do, how I practice. I start talking to him about the breath, naturally. And it started even kind of raining. And we still sit there and we even like put our hoods up. And he just sat and absorbed what I had to give him, whatever I channeled in that moment. It felt really powerful. And it's almost like the mist and the water kind of magnified that presence and that practice. But afterwards, he said, "Thank you. I really feel like I met you for a reason, and I appreciate what you taught me." And we parted ways. Me not knowing if I'd ever actually see him again, knowing this small community, probably. So fast forward, about a year later, I met Lightning in a Bottle. And that year I was working or doing some healing in the Healing Sanctuary. And we were all gathered around before the festival and, introducing ourselves to all the body workers and healers that were working there or facilitators of healing. Sorry, I had to add that. And I had this guy comes up to me and gives me this big hug, and I turn around and he looked familiar, but I couldn't place where I had met him. And he goes, "We met on the beach in Santa Monica, however many months ago." And I was like, "Holy shit, hi." He's like, "Dude, the craziest thing happened about 6 weeks later." And I'm like, "What happened?" So he was apparently in a really severe accident where he had like 3rd-degree burns on his leg. And when he was in the ambulance, the only thing that reduced the pain was the breathing pattern that I showed him. And it was a lengthening of the exhale. I taught him to just soften the inhale. I'm not sure if it was in 1 or 2 parts, but learning to lengthen the exhale. And it just obviously put a big smile on my face, probably some tears in my eyes. But it also, as I just review this story myself and with what I know now, this was Lightning in a Bottle maybe like 3 years ago. So it happened, I met him like 4 years ago. So in this past 4 years, the amount of experience has obviously expanded my knowledge and awareness. And I think about that and I'm like, what a beautiful thing for your body to remember in that moment. It wasn't like, okay, well, I know I didn't tell him that it was for pain. I just said, learn to lengthen your exhale. That was it. And the fact that his body knew to use that in that moment, and the ambulance or the paramedic just looking at him like, "Dude, it's working. I don't know what you need to keep doing what you're doing." Because I guess he stopped for a moment and the pain got worse, and he was just like, "Keep doing that thing. I don't know what it is you're doing, but it's working." And just like that beautiful moment when the accumulation of all those minutes in practice created ease in the application of the tool. And I just want to get people to understand these certain points of exploration, this principal pattern, carve that out, see how it transforms, and add variations to it so that when I'm in this automatic state of reacting or doing a movement even in practice, my body has this memory of these movements that I've practiced, so starts to weave them together and apply them at times that we may not even have thought to apply them. So yeah, that's my story for today. And I want you to think about a moment where, you may have had this type of intelligence happen to you with your breath. Or what patterns are you practicing? What variation of patterns are you practicing so that you can have access to more options, more reactions to your environment that may not just be these reactions of tension or without the many variations, you can also probably have a higher risk of injury, right? I want to be resilient and I want to be mobile and have range of motion throughout every plane and yeah, that's what I desire. So what do you want? What do you desire from your body, from your breath, from your movement, from your practice? Do you have a practice? Oh my gosh, so many questions. They just lead into more questions. So I close the book for today. Thank you for joining me in this story time, and I'll see you next time.